Why, hello there. Welcome back to another Minecraft episode. We're on episode 4, I believe now. And I'm really excited because it means we finally get to get, like, this out of the way. No more missing corners. I almost clicked on that one, but that one's finished. It's the only finished corner we have. And then we need to make the bottom half of everything, and then the crystals. But I'm happy because it means that this thing will no longer look like a flower, hopefully. It'll actually look like a building. Because way too many times have I gotten comments about it looking like a flower. And then maybe we'll even start on some of these little, like, underhang things that make this not so flat. So definitely get those started as well, maybe. And then, yeah, I think that's it. I think we'll go start from there. See where we get to, and then if we do get all of that done, I may also start like on up here, which would be pretty neat. I don't know yet though, because I don't have the materials ready for up here yet, so may have to postpone that for a little bit. But yeah, I also need to figure out better ways of lighting this place up, because like obviously these are diagonals, so I can't just place like lanterns on them or anything like the sea lanterns, because you'll be able to see it. But snow's an issue. Snow's a really big issue because look at this. Ruins the build. Takes away from the darkness that it's supposed to have. So we may have to try and figure out a solution for the snow. So we'll do that at some point. Look at this. Just so much snow. So we'll just toss it over the edge. Goodbye, Mr. Snow. And yeah, so let's get a little building going, and I'll meet you all back in a second. So, as you can see, we were building, and I planned on continuing building, and then it hit me that in our last episode, I kind of forgot to mention that, you know how we have these dark prismarine blocks? Kind of forgot to mention that I built a guardian farm. Woo, big surprise, I built a guardian farm. Only issue being that while I was building these outer rings, which, by the way, I got done, I just haven't put the crystals in them yet. So I got these done. And then I realized that I need more prismarine. And then it struck me that I never built a sorting system for the prismarine farm, which is an issue, because as you know, guardian farms are kind of laggy. Like, really laggy. Like, I mean, super laggy. And sometimes it's not even because of the guardians themselves. Half the time it's literally just because of the items they produce. And, let me just go show you how much storage we have. So here we are in the tunnel I built for it. And, yeah. That's all we have. Are these 5 chests, and I spent what about 30-ish minutes AFK, and all 5 of them were filled up. All the hoppers behind them were filled up, and that's why we really need to make an actual sorting system with a lot of storage, because I don't want to be AFKing here or someone else being AFKing and those servers suddenly crash because there's way too many items going into this. Because once these hoppers fill up, they're just going to start stacking items. And there's so many guardians that go into here. Like, that it's not going to end well. So, I'm going to go grab us a few shulker boxes of materials for the sorting system. And we need to make this a sorting system, like, ASAP. So that our server doesn't die. So, putting a hold on the building of our base for just a moment while we get our little laggy problem fixed. Enjoy the little time lapse. Is what I would be saying if it hadn't deleted itself. Hi, this is Editor Kiwi. There was going to be a time lapse and I had recorded it and everything, but the time lapse corrupted and I couldn't save it. So no time lapse, sorry. But in the future, hopefully this doesn't happen again so we can continue on with our time lapses. But what I can show you is the final product. Here we go. Here's the final product. So what I did was I added this little staircase downwards. As you can see, there's some extra little storage that doesn't lead anywhere, and you have our storage. Look at that. So much fish. Nothing else really. And then I also moved some of the chests instead of them going like in under the glass. Thought it looked better just like that. So we still have a crafting table. That's pretty much all I did. Alright, back to your regular scheduled video. Okay, so I built this as well. I really like it. Anyway, it's been a while. So I realized that. To simply put it, I got busy. And when I mean busy, I mean I got super busy. So it's actually been a couple of months since I've even touched the server. I haven't even been able to turn it on lately, which is kind of sad. But don't worry, we're still going to be making videos. We're still going to be doing things and stuff. And I still want to make our mega base. So after a couple months of time, I don't know how long it's exactly been, let's finally get going back with building the crystals. There's still quite a bit to do before we can actually start building the main body. So let's go do that, and I'll meet back with y'all after the time lapse. Alright, so here we go. We're building the crystals. Look at the little guy go. Look at him go. Still don't have any music for these time lapses, but I'm still trying to work on that. Maybe eventually we'll have some music that I can use. Maybe I'll make my own, I don't know. In these time lapses I only showed 2 of the crystals being made. Maybe 3, I think it may have been 3. Either 2 or 3, I don't remember. And so I had these crystals, and that's pretty much it. Just like the other ones that were in the middle. Yeah, like that one. So there's an outer layer, and then there's a little layer on the inside as well, and then there's the like center thing. I don't know what you want to call it. It's like a weird, harder area of the crystal that just kind of exists. Which of course has the dark prismarine and then the other prismarine. I don't remember which one I used. And then the moss and the emeralds. And then, yeah, that was pretty much all used. So, like I said, same thing that I used for the middle crystal. And I later on just went back and fixed up anything that needed to be fixed up, and then also completed the other crystals off camera, because I ended up doing those just whenever I had time to actually do them. They weren't just you do them just right then and there. It was more of a, you do some of it, then come back, and then you come back some other time and you do some more of it. It was just a little strange, so couldn't really make a time lapse out of those ones, but it's fine because we got these 2, so it doesn't really matter in the end. As long as all of them got done, I was happy. So I'll just let you enjoy the rest of this time lapse in peace and some little silence. So the crystals are done, don't worry about that. But I was just going on a little mining trip to get some iron for another project, and I found an amethyst thingy, geode thing. And I'm not even joking, 2 seconds into finding it, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take all the materials. So now I'm left with all of this, which finally gives me reason to make an amethyst farm, first of all, because we have all of this. Like, this is the most I've ever seen out of a geode. But there's another thing. that I just haven't finished and haven't really thought to finish either. Kinda need to though. So I'm kinda glad that we have this amethyst now because the main key component of it was amethyst. That's why they're just not done. So let's head over to my base and I'll show you the finished crystals and I'll show you what I'm talking about because there's these tunnels. These tunnels that I honestly know they exist, know that I wanted to complete them, know that I needed to make roads that connect them to everywhere. But as you can see, they're it's supposed to look like this all the way down, but yeah, that's a thing. This one's currently blocked, and then there's this one, right? That looks finished. But if you come down here, you'll realize that there's a lot of missing amethyst. So I'll finish those real quick. But I think the crystals turned out pretty good. I still need to finish snowproofing them because just snow's a big issue. So I'm getting lots of string for both the crystals and like up here where snow seems to be an extremely big issue. So needs lots of string for that. But I was planning on getting a sheep farm so I could get some wool to maybe cover up all of this. I feel like wool might work a little bit better for up here. Only issue being that we don't actually have a sheep farm or sheep, which is why I was getting iron, because I realized we don't have iron, and then I found the amethyst. So it's sidetrack upon sidetrack upon sidetrack. But yeah, so I'm gonna go finish those tunnels and I'll be back with you in a moment. Hi, it's me again. So I'm actually getting a lot of progress done with the tunnel. Just listen to that. That's been my existence for a while now. Just listening to this. Don't know why I'm showing y'all this. I don't know. Sounds cool. Sounds pretty. Anyway, I'm gonna finish this and I'll finish this and I'll talk with y'all in just a moment. Alright, so got the tunnels done, as you can see. Just listening to a lot of different amethyst noises. And I had some time to think about what I wanted to do about the sheep farm and where to put it and whatnot. And I don't think I actually want it to be out in the open, kind of like how some of the other stuff is. Just because it's going to be slightly larger than most of the stuff, and it's going to take up quite a bit of space. So I think I want to do kind of what I introduced as an idea really early on, and make a mine shaft type thing somewhere and make that the entrance to like an underground sheep farm with storage. We can have each color wool. So I was thinking about where we could put that, right? And I was looking at like how much area I actually had to work with around the mountain. And I ended up coming to a conclusion that over here had the most space to work with underground if I wasn't like trying to dig downwards. So because we already have something over here, I have a feeling that if I made an entrance over here-ish, maybe, dig back there, and I would have actually like a really good room. So if we just made the entrance around here, that seems good. And basically all it would do is it would travel back into the mountain, but like just a little bit, right? And then have like the sheep stalls and have the storage system. And then if I need wool, I can just come over here. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the rest of this area yet, but I feel like that would be something better instead of just leaving it out in the open. So I'm gonna get started on that, and I'll see y'all in a bit. Alrighty, so this is what I have. So I have some custom trees. And this is definitely not finished by far, because as you can see inside this little area, There's no farm, like at all. The only thing I've actually started working on is how the storage is gonna work, because this little cave is gonna actually continue into here, and it's gonna wrap around, and it's gonna look like someone just like there's just a little cave. And my hope is to eventually have a bunch of these little cave entrances and whatnot all around the mountain with different farms in them, and one of them will even be like an actual mine. So this is just the first one. I keep forgetting to get string for those. Probably should do that soon. But then I'm also gonna make some more of these custom trees all around as well. I think that'll be a lot cooler. I think I'm actually gonna stop working on this for now because we're running out of time, and I don't have iron, so I don't have the resources either. Because as you can see, I started putting hoppers and stuff behind some of the chests, but some of them don't have them. I also have to figure out if I'm going to destroy this, because this is sitting right on top of where I need to actually put one of the sheep modules, so I don't know what we're going to do there. I might make some changes to where the sheep module's farther back and we can do something to use this, but even then it's too close, so we're most likely going to have to destroy it, which is kind of sad. But good thing is I found a lot more. I found a skeleton one, I found spider ones, I found more zombie ones. That's just for zombie ones, so it's not that bad if we lose it. But while after building that, I needed iron, like I said, so I went mining. And I think it's safe to say that I got way more copper than I did iron. I also have some other things, so I'm gonna collect those up real quick just to see how much I actually got. Let me go grab. I have a pickaxe somewhere. I think it's in my ender chest. That has. There it is, fortune. I just want to see how much we actually get out of this. Because this wasn't very long of a mining session. This was maybe an hour at most. I don't know. I'm thinking it was just around at 9. Oh my goodness. Can I fly? Can I fly? Please. Please, 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 please. Thank you. So let's see how much we got out of this. Because as much as I would like to keep working on the sheep farm, like I said, we don't have the resources to do it, which brings up the thing that I wanted to do next episode, which was build an iron farm. So we may be putting that off till next time, just so that we actually have the iron, because I also can't work on my base any more than it already is until I get more iron, because iron's a building block. Like the iron blocks is one of the things I need to use to build my base. So that's a little tricky. Also, I don't know what I'm going to do with all this copper, as I already have a bunch of copper, and I know it's not as much as I need. But until I make the iron farm and have a place to put all this copper, so that while I'm AFKing for iron, this will oxidize. Because I don't really want to continue putting it around my mountain. I want to start doing more things around my mountain with just trying to, oh my goodness, just trying to make it look pretty and whatnot. Really improve the what is it called? I'm just gonna call it the surrounding outlook of it, or the environment. Improve the environment, because right now we have places like that where there's just a random copper wall. And as much as I need it to oxidize, so there's something in my brain that's telling me remove it. You gotta remove it, and that's all I hear. Because it's not the most appealing to look at, you know. So probably gonna remove that soon, or at least if it's not done oxidizing by the time I build the iron farm, then I'm definitely removing it and then moving it over there. Because I just have a feeling that if I make a little spot for copper to oxidize, then it'll oxidize. It's not gonna oxidize faster, but the potential is for me to wake up in the morning and have some nice new oxidized copper instead of waiting for it to oxidize as I'm building or mining or whatnot. because it just takes forever. And I don't want to necessarily do the pattern thing either because that also takes a while. So there's also that I have to think about. I don't know. I'm really just trying to get back into getting stuff ready so that we can continue the mega base. Which, sadly, I don't even think we'll be working on at all next episode. Probably not till the episode after, whenever I have everything gathered. Dang, we're getting a lot of copper out of this. This is gonna provide a lot, which is nice. Not even halfway done with it. I need this to happen with the iron. Give me lots of iron. Right now I'm just getting copper. So I think what I'll do is I'll do the copper, then I'll do I'll do the iron afterwards, and then I'll do the coal, and then everything else. Because I want to see if I can do some of the things that give me whatever it's called, experience. Yeah, experience. And to fix my pickaxe. Because as you can see, my pickaxe is not exactly in the greatest of shape right now. And I believe coal and diamonds. Does lapis? I don't think gold does, but I think maybe lapis does as well. I know that coal does. Oh, and a little update on the villager breeder. Never quite got that to work, to be honest. I don't know what's wrong with that. I may try and rebuild a different design for it. But that never fully started working, and I've spent time AFKing there, and it's not working. So as of right now, my villager trading hall is still in the exact same shape it was, which is an issue. Because some of the blocks that I need for my build come from villagers, or like can be achieved from villagers. So we might see about changing that design as well, just so that we can finally get going with the villagers again and seeing if they can actually be helpful. I think I mentioned that my time has been stretched thin when working on this video, and that's why it took so long. But it's because I got really busy, like I said, and I'm not as busy now, so that's the good thing, because it means I'll be able to get out videos a little bit quicker, but it's still not going to be like every week like it used to be. It's going to be every couple of weeks. Let's hope it doesn't go over a month again. Definitely not over 2 months, because at this point it was getting ridiculous. I was like, I need to get this video out. Because I want to do stuff, and whenever you're working on the same thing for forever, sometimes it can get a little bit boring. That's what I started doing this video. I was like, oh my god, I need to get this done. And then was just working on it. I'm very much someone who will work on something until it's done, which is why I'm still working on this video. And I don't know. It's been a slow process because I'll edit something and then I'll try and record something and then something tried deleting itself and then something corrupted and then I had to go back and re-record something. It's been a whole mess. And then I don't know if you've noticed, but for this first half of the video, my quality is just slightly different than the second half, and that's because I actually got a new mic halfway through making this video. So the mic quality is just, I want to say, I've listened to it several times. It's a lot better. It doesn't sound as fuzzy, which is amazing. And it sounds just so much better. But that's your little explanation to why the video is just like, oh, this is how the sound quality sounds in this part, but then the second part's like, oh, I can actually hear what you're saying. Whoa, it's amazing. Alright, almost done with the copper. So that's another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? Or not 11. 10 and 14 blocks of copper, so that's pretty good. I'm kind of hoping that we get quite a bit out of this, kind of like with the copper. Well, I think that's because copper gives a lot more than iron. I think iron only gives like 1 or 2 per. Oh, and by the way, if you're wondering why the only deep slate thing here is diamonds, it's because I spent some time in the deep slate mine trying to get more deep slate, and I wanted to keep the rest of the deep slate ore because it's a little bit harder to find. So like if I found any diamond, like just normal stone ore, I would definitely be keeping that. I wouldn't be mining that because that's like rare, or at least a little bit slightly more rare to find. Oh no, it's raining. Oh no, that means it's gonna snow on everything. That's the other thing I need to finish doing is actually snowproofing certain areas. Like over there, you can see there's a ton of snow. That's just a case of I need to go make a spider farm. I should have remember where the spider spawner was that I found. Ooh. That's definitely not as much as I would have hoped for. I don't think that's actually going to get me very far with all the hoppers that I need. Oh, it does drop XP. Okay, there we go. And if this fully heals, then I may put my other pickaxe in my offhand. Heal that up. Oh, and I did finally actually come to a conclusion with what streams are going to be happening. I finally came up with an answer. That's what I'm trying to say. For right now, they're just not going to happen. I have time to record things for YouTube, but not enough time to actually sit down and just stream for a couple of hours, which I wish I could do a little bit more of, but as it stands, just not possible. Happy Halloween to anyone who loves celebrating Halloween. That was a couple of days ago. It was nice. I've not had this much coal in a while. I'll use it all for torches. Torches to make lanterns or other things, I don't know. Because I'm trying to keep my fuel to just being charcoal for right now in the super smelter. I find coal just a little bit more useful than charcoal because you can also make it into blocks. In fact, they should do that. They should make it to where charcoal can be turned into charcoal blocks. Have the same kind of coal texture, but then with some like gray streaks in it maybe, I don't know. That wouldn't be bad. Be a nice mixture for coal and like blackstone, that's what I was trying to say. Blackstone. Blackstone would look good with it. Would be almost like one of these. But like some of these would be a little bit lighter. I'm thinking is what it would be like. There we go. Pocket change, that's what it is. Nice little bit of pocket change. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching this long stretched video. It took forever to make. And I'll see y'all next time. And we'll finish off this cave and build ourselves 9 farms that I'll hopefully no longer run into any issues. Alright, y'all have a good one. Goodbye.